Hello everyone, hello. So today we'll be learning types of fraction. First, you should always remember that fraction is a part of a whole. So like we have this full pizza, for example. My pizza looks so beautiful. And now this is a whole pizza. Right? I'm gonna split this pizza into parts. I'm gonna split it into 3 parts. So here we go. Now this pizza has been split into 3 parts. If I pick one part, that gives me a fraction because there's still some others left, right? I took 1 out of 3. So if I pick only one part of this pizza, the fraction of what I picked would be 1 out of 3 or 1/3. So that's what fraction is, a part of a whole. That's why you have the part, the numerator is the part, and the denominator is the whole. All right, now, so we'll start with the first type of fraction. Always remember what I just said. The denominator is the whole, the numerator is the part. A fraction is a part of a whole. So the first type of fraction is called proper fraction. From the word proper, you know that if something is proper, that means it is accurate, right? It is acceptable. Proper fractions. That means you could get that part between the total number of parts, right? So for example, I have 3 total number of parts here. If I pick 2 slices of pizza out of 3, that is proper because it's possible to get 2 slices from 3 slices. If I pick 1 slice from 3 total parts, that makes it possible also, right? And 3 out of 3 would be the whole because I'm literally taking the whole part, which is going to be equal to 1 whole. So that's what proper fraction literally means. It means a fraction that is when your numerator is less than denominator. Numerator, oops, not showing too well. Numerator less than denominator. Something's happening to the board. Okay, I'm just going to skip that part. But when your numerator is less than your denominator, that's when you have a proper fraction, right? Your numerator and denominator are the same. That's literally going to give you a whole. Anyways, so I think I should just cancel this part out. Now, the next type of fraction we have is called an improper fraction. Improper is something that is not proper, of course. And you could see it as something impossible. Oh my God. We have 3 parts in this whole, right? 3 total parts here. Now, what if someone asked you to take 5 out of 3? Well, that would seem so impossible because we know we only have 3 parts. Where am I supposed to get the remaining 2 from? So I guess that makes it an improper fraction. 5 out of 3. Because there are only 3 parts in total. And then somebody is saying, get me 5 slices from this pizza. Nope, that's impossible. So think of improper fractions as that. When your numerator is more than your denominator, that's an improper fraction, right? Because you can't, it's almost indivisible. You can't get it from it. You can't get this number of parts from the whole, right? You could give me other examples. Let's say 9 out of 3. It doesn't have to be exact same denominator. You could use other examples like 7/2. Just giving you random examples, right? Let me add some examples here randomly for proper fraction. Numerator is the less, so I could say 4/11. This is a proper fraction. because you could get 4 parts out of 11. But it's improper when the numerator is bigger. You can't get 5 parts out of 3. You can't get 9 parts out of 3. You can't get 7 parts out of 2. Right? So that's how you get proper fractions. Improper fractions, I mean. And then the last one is called a mixed number. This one's a bit complicated, but it's kind of my favorite. Mixed numbers. Sorry about my handwriting. It's literally the board, the pen malfunctioning right now. Mixed number is when you have a whole number and a fraction attached to it, to each other, right? And that happens when you have a whole and then you have another fraction left. For example, the other time I wrote 3 out of 3. That was literally a whole. So let's say I have 3 out of 3 and 2 out of 3. So that means I've exceeded the whole, and I still go a bit ahead of it, right? So in essence, that's going to make like 1 whole and 2 out of 3, or 1 whole and 2/3. So that's how mixed numbers are gotten, when you have a whole fraction and then you have another fraction beside it, usually a proper fraction, right? There are other examples of mixed numbers. Just add a whole number, 2 whole 5/9. A whole number and a proper fraction would always make a mixed number. And let me get one more example. 13 wholes, 13 whole and 7/9. Why do I like the number 9? So you must have a whole number and a proper fraction. It can't be a whole number and an improper fraction, because you'll still be able to get one more whole from there. Well, we'll understand more on that later. This is just basically it for your fractions. Let me do a review quickly. What is a fraction? A fraction is a part of a whole, right? And I drew this beautiful pizza right here. And then I split it into 3 parts, 3 total parts, right? Then if we're asked to pick 2 parts from the pizza, if we're asked to pick 2 parts from the pizza, that's going to be a proper fraction, because it's possible to get 2 out of 3. If we were asked to pick 1 part out of the pizza, that would be a proper fraction, because it's possible to get 1 out of 3, right? But if we were asked to pick 5 out of just 3, that would be impossible. So that makes it improper, right? And then 9 out of 3, that's way too much. How am I going to get that? Okay, so that's how we get our answers. That's how we get to identify a proper fraction and an improper fraction. When the numerator is less, it's a proper fraction. When the numerator is more, it's an improper fraction. And then for mixed number, you have whole number plus proper fraction. Let me say whole plus proper fraction. I'm going to say PF for proper fraction. That's what makes your whole number. Whole number plus proper fraction. That was what makes a mixed number. All right. I'm sure this helps you. Like, share, subscribe, and comment for more. I need to see your opinions in the comment section. Thank you. See you in my next video.